Welcome back. Now we're on Mission 3, Weapons of Vengeance, Part 1, Forest Compound. Completely different area, we've accomplished our goal and gotten out of the Wolfenstein area to do what is essentially a side mission. But not just any side mission, this is a side mission that attaches this part of the game to the first part of the game, because this all involves everybody's favorite evil scientist, Death's Head. Yep. I don't know what his real name is, I just remember him as Death's Head. So, already we're gonna have him mentioned. The description says, Death's Head, I used to think it was Death's Shed, but apparently it was Death's Head, has been tracked to a remote rocket base located near the Baltic coast, where he intends to fire the V2 rocket at London, fitted with some kind of new chemical warhead. Your only viable method of infiltration is to stow away aboard a supply truck bound for the base. You will parachute into the outlying forest area armed only with your knife and silent stun. So the base is so well guarded and so secret, hidden inside of a mountain I believe, to where you are not able to access it unless you are snuck aboard a truck, which you have to sneak into and make sure there's no alarms that are sounded, or else a truck is going to scurry away and not want you to be stewed aboard. Kind of lame. I wish they didn't have this mission, but I do enjoy that they had a stealth mission, even though the game is not necessarily built fully around stealth, but we will now see what the stealth is capable of, and also to see it more in line with the inspiration that Thief caused, and maybe even a little bit of Deus Ex. The rest of your gear will be deployed separately in 2 drop containers. In one of them, you will find a new OSA M1S snooper rifle, which has been shown to be highly effective for long-range covert wet work. Wet work, I believe, is meant to be Black Ops, so this is his own form of Black Ops, things that are not supposed to be on the record. And the OSA snooper rifle is actually based off of the actual German weapon called the Vampire. Well, it wasn't the weapon that was called Vampire, it was the night vision that it was granted called the Vampire. And any normal Mauser was able to be called a Vampire rifle. It was meant to show things in the middle of nighttime, which was also effective when they had night runs. It allowed people to see things that were up in the sky, specifically planes. I forgot how big the battery was, but it was essentially the same kind of battery pack that they had for radios. So they would be carrying around a giant radio pack for their night vision goggles. They tried to do that same thing with like the Tesla backpack that they had in Old Blood, and ugh, nobody likes the way that stupid game looks. Horrible, horrible way of looking game. Due to the fact that this special weapon uses very specialized ammunition, we can only assure you with limited amount. I don't know why they said this has special ammunition. It doesn't. It's just ammunition that has less powder. You're supposed to give me more of that ammo, if anything. Also, due to its experimental nature, it's imperative that you recover this item, lest it fall into enemy hands. Actually wouldn't be a problem if the Germans took the snooper rifle, because they were already making it, so a little bit of a weird history there, guys. I understand, they wanted to have something special from the Allied side, something sci-fi, but, you know, can't you think of something better? You know, laser watch or something. Something with MI6. Yeah, MI6 is already involved in this game, so why not have something like that? But yeah, I don't really see too much of a spy thing with Allied technology when it comes to World War II. The best thing I've seen is probably the glove gun, which is the stupidest gun I've ever seen in my life. What is the point of a glove gun? To punch somebody then shoot them? I don't know. It's supposed to be secret guns. A giant barrel hanging out of your wrist. Yeah, I'm gonna shake your hand. Well, it's not in the palm of my hand and it's not on my wrist, so they're not gonna notice there's a giant gun in my glove. The area is lightly guarded, but there are alarm stations scattered throughout. If any alarms are sounded, the base will be alerted and the mission will be scrubbed. If you encounter any enemies, eliminate them before they can sound an alarm. Remember, do not eliminate the final guard who controls access into the compound. If you do, the supply truck will not be able to get inside the rocket base. Mission objective: infiltrate supply compound. Stow away aboard supply truck bound for rocket base. Ensure that no alarms are sounded. And recover OSA M1S snooper rifle. So this is our first true stealth mission. In the previous act, Act 1, we were trying to be a prisoner who escapes from the castle, the construction that is supposed to be removed from our life. in a way resembling a type of Gnostic idea that there is somebody imprisoned in a construction, a demiurge, trapping the true God. And so BJ Blazkowicz goes out of that castle to enter a village that is being hunted by a nearby church, a false church that has been corrupted by the Nazi regime, which has the Nazi regime break the dagger of warding seal that has been protecting the village. And now we are in a stealth mission. The first act was supposed to be about magic. The second act is more about sci-fi. We already see a lot of it from V2 rockets that are aimed at London with a chemical warhead, so already we're trying to defeat a doomsday device. The previous doomsday device was probably Ulrich and his blacksmith nonsense that was having him being a giant flesh golem. And now, rather than a giant flesh golem trying to attack the world and destroy the village and the rest of the world with magic, we're gonna have science threatening the world a lot more. It's actually pretty easy to destroy a giant flesh golem that shoots out spirits, but now we have to defeat this chemical warhead that is not supposed to be used. And also, just for another attachment to reality, the Nazi regime was very certain not to use chemical warfare due to Hitler being influenced by mustard gas. So when Hitler was traumatized by chemical warfare, he knew that nobody should have been suffering this kind of effect. And also, he didn't want his own people to suffer from chemical warfare, because if one person shoots chemicals, the other person does it in retaliation. This was the initial form of nuclear weaponry, was chemical warfare. And then once nuclear weapons actually came into effect, nobody wanted to use these except for a drastic measure. This game is a first-person shooter that also wanted to be more with spies, and so infiltrating an area was very crucial for such an idea. And if you remove the stealth missions, you remove the spy aspect, you remove the stealth aspect, and you also remove a lot of reason for people to remember maps. The inability to remember a map is a terrible situation we have right now, especially with the new Wolfenstein games from Machine Games, because maps are supposed to be remembered for how beautiful they are, how easy they are to traverse, the secrets they hold, the specific areas that we get to experience a big swarm of guys or a whole bunch of loot that replenishes us after a long battle, or maybe even before a battle like the one that we just had with Urlurk. So maps like this are highly rememberable. Everybody remembers a forest mission because this is one of the most infuriating missions. You're going to fail without dying, and that is a way to make the gamer think a lot harder on how they're going to get through the mission. They had to move a lot slower, they had to hide behind cover, they had to track where the enemies are going, and when you track where enemies are going and where they are and how you're going to get through them, you remember the map. This is important for any game you're making that's a first-person shooter, but generally any kind of stealth game, because most first-person shooters these days are trying to be boomer shooters where we do not remember anything about the map. I don't remember any level from Doom. Doom 2016, I believe. I don't remember any map. I swear, like I played throughout the entire game, nothing. In one ear, out the other. I just remember some areas look like they're in a sci-fi facility, other areas look like they're just Mars. But I do remember areas from Doom 3, because that game actually had a fully comprehensible map design. And when maps are trying to look exactly the same, and they don't really have much to offer, and like especially in Wolfenstein Old Blood and New Order, the maps are just completely nonsensical, easy to forget. You don't care because you're just flying on by, not caring about the map or what it looks like. And if anything, games, first-person shooter games, need to have a slower pace. Something where you stop and look, then stop, then look. Because if you're stopping to look, you get to appreciate the surroundings, and you get to remember things. If you have a challenge where you have to repeat the level, you have a challenge that makes you remember this one part, and then you start to attach all these memories to this part. So what I want to talk about during the sci-fi part is more about level design, because there's no actual magic, there's no actual theme, this is the middle. So this is all going to be level design. So let's get jiggy with it. Sorry, I'm wiping things off the mouse pad. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like really dusty on my mouse pad. Yeah, it's an old computer, I've had it for a while. There's our parachute. So this place is gonna look really bright. because I had to increase the brightness so much. You gotta admit, there's something super iconic with how grass looks in the id Tech 3 engine. This makes me think about running around in Wonderland and American McGee's Alice. Another certified hood classic. I believe there's some guys here. Let's do our little Rugrats waddle. A little house in the middle of nowhere with one guy patrolling. House, barn, whatever. There should be more guys inside, but we're gonna try a stealth approach. Pretty cool we can run with no detection.
Really? It's probably just a mishap from that Blackguard division training to the south. It happens all the time. You'll get used to it. Are they training today? Ugh, I don't know. There's a schedule here somewhere. Find out if you're that interested.
You're supposed to shoot these guys, so we're safe. Ooh, they have a different uniform. You guys look like Fallschirmjäger. So they were talking about a thing that landed nearby. There should have been a guy up here, huh? Watching me waddle over here. All I need now is to take fall damage after a perfect dynamic entry. I really hate these ladders. Should be some plans here. Huh. I'm actually not sure what this is supposed to be. It looks like BJ's butt cheeks are in the way. Supposed to be his feet, but... So this is a parachute that's gonna have our equipment. We're gonna splish splash over here. There's health that we don't need, ammo that we do, and a pistol. And there's supposed to be a sniper rifle, but it wasn't here. Well, ain't that a ding dong diddly bitch-ol-rooney? I don't know why, but I thought that was a waterfall. You know there's something hidden behind a waterfall in these games, every single time. I've actually not really seen a game where the waterfall didn't have something hidden. I'm actually trying to think of one. Well, if I can't think of one, the game right here is an example. So there is a watchtower over here. Oh, I gotta hold everything down, huh? So we do not want to be spotted by this guy. He is the main pain in our ass over here. So this was supposed to be an airfield that we're heading towards, and there are some planes leaving the airfield. That was actually an indicator to tell us this is the correct way. So we're supposed to avoid this guy. And this guy in here. I'm gonna make a run for it.
Is someone there?
I think he spotted me. So the problem is that this guy's gonna see the dead bodies. And apparently he didn't see anything. Let's see when he turns around. Just want to test if this mission's gonna be failed or not. I feel like I could actually run over there and kill him. But I probably shouldn't. Turn around already. Did he just stay faced away or what? Alright, I'm gonna continue on. I'm very sure the dead bodies there are gonna be seen by him. Alright, buckle up. We're gonna speed run through this son of a gun. What the hell? Thought I saw a person there. There's another post over here. We have to use the trees to block the way, so they did not see us. This guy's still looking this way. I think we're far away enough, though. I mean, he didn't see the dead bodies over there. So we're gonna use these trees to block this guard. If we're doing it this way, I think he won't see us at all. Okay, now we're at a perfect angle to hit him. You know, for being a forest, this isn't very foresty. This is more like a tranquil meadow where hobbits tiptoe through the tulips. Well then. Let's knock that one out, just in case. What the hell is that? Oh, his helmet. Where's that other guy? So he's over there, he still hasn't turned around. We might actually do this in one go. We do not need these guns, they're too loud. So these two guys are wandering around. We're just gonna mosey on behind them. Into this moist pink tunnel.
I believe so. Nothing else is scheduled.
So that's a truck we're supposed to sneak onto. And they give us a lot of cues. As long as we're paying attention and listening, we're gonna be able to see everything. The lights were guiding me into that area. The dialogue talked about the lake and the parachute to find ammo. This truck is shown to be moving, so we're supposed to be looking over here to see the truck come over here. Oops. I'm not supposed to fall off the ladder, but I did. So this is too open. We're gonna go around the corner. And I still don't have my snooper rifle. That is a problem. This means the snooper rifle is hiding somewhere. It might be along this side, I believe. So we have to take out these two guys in some way. That's not gonna draw too much attention. There's a third guy up there.
Last minute tours of inspection, no doubt. He certainly does get around. Pardon me for a moment, Corporal, while I handle something important.
Okay, so the guy said he's gonna leave, handle something important, meaning his cuckaroony. So he's gonna mosey on over here. This guy's gonna be left by himself. I'm gonna try to sneak up on him. Let's get this guy first. Let's take out the alarm, just in case. What the? I dodged my knife! Oh wait, the guard tower. With my luck, this guy will turn around. I love that animation. So dramatic. That was not good. He's gonna go all this way. Looked like he tripped over a rock or something. But he moves all the way over here to guide us to our weapon. So quite honestly, there's very little way to miss this part. And so far we've recovered the snooper rifle, which is important. Because now we're gonna have a silent gun. It also has a giant battery pack under it. It looks a bit like that, remember those guns in Batman Forever? The ones with like the red glow sticks around them? And like nobody ever shot them? So I'm gonna go up here and see what I can do. These guys I need to avoid. Or at least not shoot them. And these guys over here. Okay, if I move, it's gonna unhook the zoom. I think I have to do that. So anytime I move the cursor... Oh! Yep, I got detected. Okay, so I have to go all the way back to the beginning and make sure I don't kill those guys in the beginning. But the main problem are these guys in this house. And you waddle away, waddle waddle. And you waddle away, waddle waddle waddle. Till the very next day, bum 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 bum. So he sees the guy over here. No matter what, he's gonna be spotted. So there's only one true thing to do, which is make sure he doesn't get seen. Which means I cannot kill him until he goes behind the house. Now, one thing I'm kind of worried about is that maybe one of those guys turned around and saw the dead body from the guard station that I just came from. And maybe that's why I failed. I'm actually not sure why I failed. Quite honestly, this is the hardest part of the game. Just making sure you do not get spotted by this guy. I'm gonna try to sneak by. Alright, so I just avoided both of these guys. We're gonna go as far as possible, so we're not gonna be seen. And now we can resume to where we left off. So that was by far the #1 reason why people hate this mission, is because of that little house. Which was, I guess it's kind of well programmed. I mean, is it really that big of a deal to just sneak on by and wait? For people like me in the beginning, yeah, I guess so. I didn't want to wait, I thought I could just mosey on by, but eventually the guy turns around. It took him that long to turn around, really? And, oh, wait a minute. Something happened. Panicking, I'm panicking. Please tell me I actually have that much ammo. Ah. Okay. So these two guys. Ooh, I'm trying to think of who I should shoot first. This guy, technically he can't see me. So I only have to shoot this guy. Did he see anything? Apparently not. So we're gonna mosey on in here and hope that he doesn't see me. As long as I'm behind the glass. Alright, there you go. Now that was the second hottest part of the game. Stealth-wise. And here we have a way to go in. Nothing around. Somebody here. We're gonna do a little angle here. Now we have infiltrated the supply compound. It's a very small place, not that big. Let's try to knife him. Nobody else around here. Oh, he opened wide for this one. He got Gaddafi'd. Let's check the note. To shipping and receiving from Obersteiner. Isn't this the guy from Wolfenstein as well? We should have seen more of this guy. Oberst. Makes me think of Starburst. The replacement V2 liquid fuel rocket motor is expected to arrive shortly. It is essential for this shipment to be fully staged and delivered to component integration immediately upon receipt. Because of last Tuesday's unfortunate incident, time is now extremely critical and delays will no longer be tolerated. I believe the Thursday's incident was the situation with Helga, so now they're saying we really do need to defeat the British. Because something happened yesterday with the other plans. Got a sniper scope for my Mauser. Uh-oh. So I think I set up the whole mission so far very well, except for this guy right here. This bastard. Gonna be circling and circling. Alright, so he dies on the tower. The yubba dubba WB tower. Yubba dubba WB. Oh no! Alright, so I just redid it because I was not supposed to shoot that guy. If you shoot him in a way that somebody can see it, they're gonna be activated. They're all gonna be alarmed, so I did not want that again. Instead, what we're gonna do is do the wire act in order to get to another secret area. I hope this is still where I'm not detected. So this wire act is pretty simple. We're gonna... Actually, let's snipe him on this side. So his dead body should not be seen. And if it is, then... Oh, this is gonna be really difficult. So now we're on this very confusing tin roof. And we're gonna wire act our way over there. I don't think anybody can see me. Need a little hop. And another hop. And I failed. Okay, try it again. That takes 3 damage, so I can only do this 30 times. And we're gonna go down the chimney like Tim Allen and Santa Claus. And we found the secret area. Ta-da! But I'm not too worried because there's more health over here. And there's also this thing to blow up. So I'm actually going to collect everything. Now, this might be a bit contradictory, but bear with me. We're gonna silently blow this up with a silence gun. So we're gonna hope that nobody heard that. Sadly, the only way out of here is through this door. We have to tiptoe lightly. I believe there's a guy in here. I heard voices. That's actually kind of creepy. Just a low, hushed German voice whispering. It's like those new creepypastas where someone's working at a Sizzler during Oktoberfest month and they have 5 strange rules for the night shift. Where's that coming from? Is that coming from up there? Wait, for sure we're not supposed to go this way. I believe it's coming from another building next to it. What was that? Scary footsteps stomping in. What did he see? Oh, I guess he heard me walking. Oh, these Germans. They're the reason my friend put a watch up his pooper. Oh, it sucked me in. It looks like it came from here. So we gotta go on that truck over there. Usually people sneak through that side. I think I'm gonna do that. And I've been detected. Wonderful. Let's see if we can get this guy then. Oops. Nobody cared. So we took out this guy. Broke the glass really loudly. And I'm gonna see if somebody around here is causing it. So there's 2 people I'm not supposed to kill. It might have been caused by this guy. We had to take him out anyway. Alright, so he's dead. I'm gonna book it over there to the truck. I think the only one alive is up on the water tower. Click, click, click. This whole map can suck my dick. Phew! Did it. Holy Toledo, that was a stressful mission. I failed like 5 times even though I didn't die. And BJ's just standing there. Menacingly.